Hello guys, welcome to today's podcast. This is your host Bumi. I bring you good content on sales, customer relationship management, and business personal development. Today I'll be sharing with you on a beautiful topic that I titled An Effective Way to Operate a Customer Service Unit in a Medium Scale Enterprise. Medium scale meaning you already have customer service personnel. That means there are more than one. You can have 10, 20 working for you, and then you already have lots of customer base. You have a lot of people hit you up, you extract a lot of sales deals every day, and you already have database, lots and lots of customer database. If you are in that category, I will be discussing on how we can grow effectively, run your customer service unit. And for my case study today, I like to use companies that offer intangible product or service. Intangible product or service meaning that you offer goods or services that you don't need to move from one place to the other. Looking at companies that are in the communication sector, partly financial sector, digital media sector, educational sector, consulting, etc. If your business falls under this category and is a medium scale business, then I think that this information might be useful for you. Let's get right into it. Thank you. Stay tuned. One of the ways to effectively ensure the operation of a customer service unit in a medium scale enterprise is to reduce physical contacts to the barest minimum. Ensure that the rate at which customers walk into the organization is very, very low. Why? Customer walking in can be very, very engaging. Some of them want reassurance, of the business goodwill. Maybe they are first-time customers. They want to know that your business is good. Your business has goodwill, has built goodwill over the years. Your products are trustworthy. Sometimes you might have to cross-sell and upsell when you really hear what they actually need. And sometimes you may have to do a lot of emotional appealing. A customer is looking nice and he walks in, you can compliment, you will want to ensure that customer is comfortable. Sometimes you listen to other information that is apart from the business transaction. All the time spent to doing all this can be used to attend to many inquiries at the same time. This is good, but it actually slows down the effectiveness of the customer service unit. When a customer walks in, the customer service personnel cannot multitask. A customer cannot be in front of you and then you are picking another call and attending to him at the same time and responding to a text message. All attention focuses on a walking customer. When a customer walks in, you want to spend more time to ensure that they are comfortable and be willing to assist them as long as they are in the building. You can't be with a walking customer and be in a hurry. You can't be in a walking customer and show some body languages. It is not customer service friendly. Okay, so because of all the time that is invested in attending to walking customers, it's important to ensure that customer service units reduces the walking of customers to the barest minimum. Now, how can this be achieved? We would discuss that in tip number 2. Thank you, and let's get right into number 2. Your organization should operate the self-help system. You should operate and encourage the self-help system. It should be advertised. It should be sponsored. Customers should know that when they want to encounter your company first, and they do that via the self-help system. It can be your bot call system, bot messaging system. It can be your website, your company website. It can be your organization's application. The first way a customer should be able to reach out to your company should be via the self-help system. This means that when a customer comes to your organization, or when a customer wants to encounter your organization, from the beginning of the transaction till the end of the transaction, should be through the self-help system, and it should be stressless and very, very hassle-free. You should communicate this with the IT consultant that is helping your organization build these systems. Ensure that you communicate to them that this system must be stressless, must be user-friendly, and must be hassle-free. If there's anything that should bring a customer into your organization, it should be what the self-help system cannot handle, what is way beyond what a customer service personnel can handle, a situation that has already been escalated, to the management level and all that. It's very, very important, very vital that you encourage the self-help system as a medium scale organization. It will ensure the speed in all your day-to-day transaction, and it will really, really effectively help the customer service unit it will help your customer service unit to effectively deliver on their key results area. Now let's go to tip number 3. For inquiries and conflict resolution management, I will encourage the medium scale business to use the chat system more. The chat system can be the website live chat, it can be chat box with a customer service agent, it can be via email, it can be social media chats, it can be text messaging on any kind of chat as encouraged by the organization. It can be everything at the same time. Also, a company should ensure that they use bots or agent names, or maybe business ambassador names as customer service agent names. Take for instance, a medium scale business can have 4, 5 or more agent names. They can have agent Bob, agent Mike, agent Becky, agent, depends on the names they decide to use. These bot names should be what customer service personnel relate to the customers every time the customer make an inquiry. It should not be the customer agent's personal name. That's the point. The reason is this: if you have maybe 10 or 20 customer service agents that take turn, maybe your business is a 24 hours business, your customer service personnel run 3 shifts a day, and then maybe in a week you have like 20 people in working that week. When a customer, a concurrent or a consistent customer, keeps calling to make inquiries or keeps chatting to make inquiries, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 consistent customer service bot names, it's easier for the customer to know, oh, I'm speaking with agent Bob or I'm speaking with agent Mike, instead of speaking with individual customer service person's names. Okay, maybe this morning I spoke with Becky, in the afternoon I'm speaking with Tom, in the night I'm speaking with John, in next day I'm speaking with Tino, and on and so on and so forth. It gets the customer confused. The customer wants to know, oh, I'm still speaking with Bob. Yesterday I spoke with Bob. Today I'm still dealing with Bob. He's still communicating with agent Bob. It now falls back to the customer service personnels to create a process where, before another person takes over a pending transaction that was not concluded, he already has an up-to-date information about that transaction, so that no matter who is handling that particular transaction, when the customer chats again, the person in that shift can pick up from there, because there was already a process or system of proper handover from the person that initiated or started that conversation. I strongly recommend the chat system, because when a customer service personnel is handling customer complaint, for example, we all know that the attitude that will come from an angry customer, or a displeased customer, or a tensed customer, a customer that is not pleased with the service of an organization, would be that of displeasure. It will fume. It will be confrontational and sometimes might threaten. So if you accommodate walking for an angry customer, or you accommodate calls for an angry customer, it can tend to pour the tension, from his anger on the customer service person. And remember, we're also trying to protect the health and the well-being of a customer service person. Even though we love our customers and want to keep them, we also know that our customer service personnel, they are an asset. They are an asset to our organization. We want to ensure their proper well-being as well. So if you use the chat system, the customer service person will not experience the filming of the customer, the confrontations, the attack, the threats, even physical threats of the customer. Because in chats, threats are minimized, all right? So this is one of the reasons why I will encourage the chat system. It's very, very effective. It's fast to resolve complaints, and it's very, very effective for to attend to several inquiries at the same time. So to make the chat system very effective, you can have some already written responses saved on your sticky notes or attached to the tabs on the website, so that as you are attending to the customers for inquiries that you already have specific answer, professional answer for, you just click on it. You don't need to think about it or type it again. It helps save time a lot. Maybe inquiries such as the cost of an item, size of an item, shape of an item, amount, and other specification questions can be in that sticky note or on that tab already attached to the company's website. Also, response to delayed delivery and appreciation messages to customers can also be there as well. The whole idea is to attend to inquiries as fast as possible. Now, there are exceptions to every situation. Even as wonderful as the chat system is, there might just be some inquiries that it might not be able to handle. So for such an inquiry, an exception to what can be attended to on the chat system, we can now introduce the call system. So you can see the thread. We cut it down first from reducing physical contact to the self-help system, to the chat system for inquiries, and whatever the self-help system cannot attend to and the chat system cannot really effectively attend to, we now move to the call system. So that leads us to number 4. Stay tuned. As your business begins to grow, it's important to encourage customers to engage the customer service personnel through the website chat box than the social media engagement. This will reduce fraudulent activities, company impersonation, and every other complaints that come from social media, because it's quite easy for your business to be impersonated on social media than on your business website. So we move to the chat. We move from chats to calls. When customer complaints cannot be resolved by the self-help system, by the chat system, we move them to calls. Then we give them a number to call. I actually encourage a medium-scale business not to have more than two phone numbers. For customer to assess customer complaints. This will actually reduce the rate at which customers, reach out to the company via calls, because calls should be like one of the last resort for the company after the self-help and the chat system. So for customers that are not quite still satisfied with the chat system, and the inquiries cannot be solved via chat, the inquiry definitely must have been escalated to management level or to the next level of authority in the cadre, customer service cadre, and then calls should be placed through so that the customer can be assured that he or she is loved, his interest is the company has his interest at heart, and then his complaints will be resolved. So when the customer is called and has been assured, and then is being resolved, great. But for a situation where even with the calls, the customer complaint has still not been resolved, or is still yet cannot still be resolved via calls, you can now introduce walk-in. Maybe at this stage, the customer actually needs to sit with the company to dialogue, to make a resolution. But whatever point is it that a customer actually gets to in resolving an issue, is always important that no issue should be left unresolved, because a satisfied customer will be a brand ambassador, automatic brand ambassador for the company. I will go ahead and tell others, and unsatisfied customers will put a company on reputational risk, tell people how awful the service of a particular company is, and encourage people not to go there. So it's always important that at every point in time, customers' enquiries, complaints are satisfied. That is why the customer service department is very, very vital. Always ensure that your customer service unit is very, very functional. The essence of the customer service department is very, very, very pivotal to the growth and development of any organization. If your business is going to move to from one level of growth to the other, a company, a medium scale enterprise, needs to pay attention to the quality of his or her customer service unit. This is so important. Let's go to tip number 5. And of course, this is the final tip. Cheers. Since the customer service units do more of text messaging and chats than phone calls and entertaining walk-in customers, there's every possibility that the experienced body exertion, they quickly get tired or easily get weak in the body. So it's important to create a mind-stimulating environment for them. It's important to create an environment where the system of operation is not too rigid, a flexible environment for them. They can we can permit them to take sweets, to take water, coffee, and snack in between work. We will ensure that they have their break where they can move around, and then taking glucose that keeps their mind alert. And it's important to also structure in such a way that everyone on duty takes calls. Calls is not just for one person, so that can be like the form of mental alertness. Finally, it's also important to create a supervisory team that watches every one of the customer service personnel on duty to ensure that every one of them is carrying out their duty as stipulated. So I'll be doing a recap of the 5 effective way to operate a customer service unit in a medium scale enterprise. And medium scale enterprise here, I mean organizations offering intangible goods or services. Number 1, we said such organizations should reduce physical contact to the barest minimum. Number 2, we said such organizations should encourage the operation where customers use the self-help system. It is very important that from the beginning of the transaction to the end, the customer should be able to use the self-help system without any hassle. And for number 3, we said enquiries and conflict resolution management. For that to be sorted, companies need to encourage the chat system more. This is very, very vital. And chat system, we said, as the business grow, is important to move it from social media to website chats. It is safer for organizations, less fraudulent activities happen there, and chatting is quite good, very effective for productivity, and it also helps the mental health of the customer care personnel. Number 4, we said calls and walk-in should be entertained when chat is unable to chat and the self-help system is unable to resolve the customer complaints effectively. We are entertaining this because we want the customers to be satisfied so that they can, go ahead and tell others about how great our business is. This is very, very good for our business goodwill. And finally, we said the customer service unit or department should operate under a flexible structure. We said the environment should be mind stimulating because they do a whole lot of texting more than calls and entertaining walking. When you do these 5 things, when you structure your medium scale business using these 5 customer service units, using these 5 procedures, it will really be a game changer for your organization. You definitely see a better result in your customer service unit productivity. Thank you so much for your listening here, guys. I really, really appreciate it. If you find this content useful, you can share with friends and I would like to hear your feedback. Give me your feedback by clicking the message button right here in Anchor. You can also reach out to me on my social media handles as Adefariola Oluwabumi. You can join us on Telegram and on YouTube as the Adefariola Oluwabumi Network. When you click that, you can always follow and then reach out to us, ask questions. We'll be glad to respond. You will also find other beautiful content useful for your business and personal growth. Thank you once again. Till I see you in my next recording. Bye for now. Cheers.